when you go into business, don't go into business thinking about so much getting the money from your community. Just think about the product and putting the most value into it, and then figure out who gets the most value from that and go find them. Panel is because I think in our communities, when we talk business organizations, there's not one side of it. We've dealt with a lot that has made us survivors. And those very same attributes that survival has given us has also been harmful for us, because we tend to take these survival instincts and we make it a part of our identity. And so it shows up even when it's not supposed to show up. And so I want to read this overview first, and then we'll get into some questions. And if y'all have any questions, just ask them. So the overview is: there's a mental line in all of us, a level of thought that limits how far we believe we can go. This line is shaped by trauma, poverty, systemic oppression, cultural habits passed down for survival. This forum is about recognizing that line, understanding what keeps us beneath it, and unlearning habits, beliefs, and patterns that stop us from thriving. I've learned that the more I uncover my bullshit, God can trust me with more. And I hate the cussing with God in the same, but you get what I'm saying. The more I uncover my trauma and I go back to my childhood and heal wounds or address wounds, it's like God is saying, now I could trust you with a little more. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So that's, we can't just talk business in our community. We have to discuss both sides. So in terms of thinking above the line, what does this line mean to y'all, and how have you seen this show up in family, community, workplace, organizations? How do you see this show up in the community?
For me, the line is really a matter of your perception, and that's informed by the culture you're born into, the system you're born into, the traumas you go through, and I would say, like, how you choose to respond to those things, like, to me, feel like what makes up the line in my mind, and I think that creates its own opportunities and barriers. So I think Janelle might have said it, or someone from the first panel, was like, the thing that got you to a certain point is not the thing that's going to take you to the next point. So I feel like
it's an enemy to the next level.
The line is constantly moving, and you think about like what helped you be successful at 23 isn't necessarily what's going to help you. What was helping you be successful at 33. It's not going to help you be successful at 43. There might be some continuity between those things, but it's going to change and adapt. So,
facts.
Yeah.
I think it's almost like, we'll use a Bible reference, but we'll talk about Paul with the thorn in the side, like, so we can continuously keep going. So it's a measure of grace, the line is. So when we're saying that there's something that's keeping us from moving forward, whether it's something inside of us that we're feeling unsettled in our energy, in our spirit, something that we're reacting to on the outside, it's just always an opportunity for us to take a pause and be like, yo, something is going on. Something is going on. And so I see it as a measure of grace. I know for myself personally, this year will be 11 years with my organization. Thank you. Thank you. And the third year as the executive director, I came into my organization as a volunteer, and by the grace of God was able to eventually become and get to be the executive director. And it is a white male-led organization. However, by the grace of God, in Him, I've been able to overcome those lines, which as a Black woman are always there for us. Even though we achieve one thing, there's always another and another. But being able to constantly see that it's like, listen, if I wasn't supposed to be here in this place, I wouldn't be here. The grace wouldn't be here for me to walk in this space. So just always checking myself when I do feel like, wait a minute, like something is off. And if there's like a barrier to move forward, like, no, God got you here, girl, you better go on ahead and keep moving forward. So I just see that line as the thorn that is like, hey, if it's twitching, yo, it's time to go up.
I think when we're talking about live above a line, live beneath the line, we have to acknowledge that there is a line, because I think a lot of times we don't even have the perspective to say, hey, something I'm doing, something that I'm missing. I think that there's some pride connected to some things.
Especially women. Especially women.
I feel like every time I talk, my brother always wants to go into gender stuff. We're not going to do that today. But I feel like a lot of times in my work, and specifically even in the name of my practice, perspective, insights, we only see, I think you just said it, from our experience, right? All I know is what I have experienced. And so if I live in that only, I'm never going to grow. I'm never going to learn. I'm never going to be open to other feedback. But if Colby, you share, hey, Tona, you did a good job on the panel, but it would be better if you did that. Oh, that's feedback. That's something I can't see. That's not my perspective. And so I have to be aware and acknowledge, is there a line? And if am I in the way of whatever the line is that's limiting me from being able to see, from being able to move forward, if we're talking about business or if we're talking about relationships, identifying the line and being honest with ourselves.